great to be back. I just moved to New Hampshire, so it's been tougher for me to get down here for these mics. I've been doing mics at a place called Tokens Tap Room, which I was relieved to learn that it's called Tokens Tap Room because it's a barcade and use tokens to pay for the arcade games. It's not called Tokens because it's owned by the only person of color in town. Any football fans in here? Yeah. Patriots fans? Yeah. Despite the loss last week, the season's looking up. The Chiefs have been eliminated. Football's going pretty well for the world right now. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so you kind of have to be a Steelers fan. I'm working on an easier transition to this joke, but I have a kind of football-related joke here. What do Steelers fans and MAGA voters have in common? They hate the Browns. Some current events for you all. After the fastest accumulation of $1 trillion worth of debt in U.S. history, we just hit $38 trillion. Amazing. We have to be careful with our debt, though. If we accrue $31 trillion more worth of debt, this joke might be funny. Autonomous tech is seeing a rise in society. We have Waymo testing out its cars in Boston. Good fucking luck. Humans can't even drive here. I don't think robots are going to fare any better. FedEx has invented the Roxobot, which will deliver your packages for you. And recently, not recently, we've all, I'm sure, seen Marty, the Stop and Shop robot, glaring at you with its big dead eyes as it wanders through the aisle. That's right, it has a name, and you best learn it, because when it's you and the rest of your resistance group up against a wall, maybe you can beg for your life, and it might pause for a second before killing all of you. Due to bioaccumulation, microplastics are making their way up the food chain. If you eat a lot of fish, you used to be concerned about mercury in your tuna, now it's microplastics and everything. We do have to look on the bright side in this day and age, though. Now all food has a prize in it. Close enough? Welcome back, Cracker Jack. Speaking of microplastics, scientists have confirmed that they have found microplastics in human penis tissue. Huge fucking bummer for everyone in this room now that Trisha has left. Again, you have to look on the bright side though. While it sucks that there's microplastics in my penis, you know what there isn't? Plastics in my micropenis. And more positive news, Toys R Us is back, baby. Let's fucking go, 90s kids rejoice. You'll know, if you remember, they actually had to file for bankruptcy in 2018 after Jeffrey Giraffe was found to be on the Epstein flight logs. But they're opening up some full-time stores. And now you can go and shop there, have a date there, get your kids' toys there. As a kid, I remember watching Legends of the Hidden Temple. Occasionally they would pause, and you'd have to watch another kid go through the store and have that free 2-minute shopping spree where they were just cramming everything that they could put into the cart. They get the N64, they get all the fucking Legos, everything that I was jealous of. The one thing that they couldn't find in the Toys R Us, though, was a cure to the terminal disease that they had. There's an AI dating service now. You feed all of your information to AI, at least all the information that it doesn't already have about you, and it talks to the other AIs and tries to figure out if you're a good match for the other people on this site. I imagine that gets pretty frustrating if it's not finding you any matches. Maybe you start lying, you're like, okay, occupation, finance, height, 6'5", eyes, blue, trust fund, yes. And meanwhile, the AI is probably just sneaking off at night to go suck and fuck all the water out of small-town America with the other AIs. I'm glad I got out of the dating scene before you had to do shit like that. Now, the only thing I have to put up with is my fiance telling me that I'm going a little overboard with my hobbies, but I just have to tell her, babe, that's how scuba diving goes. No, she's incredibly supportive of all my hobbies. Especially, I like to cook, I like to bake. We're Italian, despite my last name being McInnes. I'm only legally Irish, my stepdad's name. Recently, we took a trip to Colombia, not for the white coffee, but actually for the dark roast. And it was a great time. I'm going to just gloss over it because it was super fun, but we're back here in this cold hellscape now. When we got back, though, we like to draw inspiration from the Great British Bake Off and various cooking shows. We were watching Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations, R.I.P. to the GOAT. We watched the Colombia episode. He started in Cartagena, and that's where we were actually. Beautiful city, highly recommend you go there. We got to see some sights that we saw when we were there, some of the local dishes. He was leaving town and he stopped by this roadside stand with where this person was frying up every piece of a pig you could imagine and some that you can't. At one point, she was just cutting like little strips of intestine into the frying oil and giving a little crispy bit stand to be ordained. My fiance is fucking disgusted. She looks at me and she's like, "Is there anything this guy doesn't like?" And I turned and looked at her and I go, "Yeah, being alive." That's it for me. Thanks, folks.